Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video let's talk about Pixel devices in India. And Google has recently released the Pixel 3 and 3a XL. I've already posted my video about the Pixel 3a XL, and overall I would say I really like this phone. It's almost as good as the regular Pixel, but again it comes at a lower price. But let's talk about the pricing here in India, and I feel Google is getting it really wrong in India, and that's why sale of Pixel devices in India is just not there at all. So let's talk about first about the pricing. The pricing of the Pixel 3a, the smaller version of this one, this is the 3a XL, in US is $399, and the XL is $479, about $80 extra. That is fine, I would say. But here in India, the pricing of the Pixel 3a, the smaller one, is at 40,000. And if you convert it into dollars, it works out to about 571 US dollars. And this big one, the 3a XL, is about 45,000 here in India, and it comes down to about 643 US dollars. So certainly now it's no longer a premium mid-range. Now it's coming into the sort of the flagship entry-level devices. And here specifically in India, we already have a lot of devices around the 30 to 35,000 price point. That is even lower than the Pixel 3a. For example, the likes of the Zenfone 5Z, you have the OnePlus 60, all that come with a much more powerful processor, the Snapdragon 845, for a significantly lower price, and those are not bad devices at all. Yes, don't get me wrong, some of the things Google did really well on this one. This one also has an OLED screen, so many people comparing it with just a regular mid-range phone is not fair in my opinion. It also has stereo speakers, one of the best haptic feedback in the industry, just like the Pixel 3a XL, and the experience of using this one is really good. And what defines a Pixel phone, that is the camera, is stellar on this. I won't talk a lot about that. If you want to know the what I like about it with camera samples and everything, watch the other video that I posted on the Pixel 3 XL. But let's talk about the pricing here in India. And as you can see, the pricing is just too high in India. Would you actually, if you're even in US, would you pay 643 US dollars for this Pixel 3a XL? And I'm pretty sure even in US at that price point, you have a lot of almost flagship device that you can get. For example, in India, let's forget about Zenfone or OnePlus, etc. Even if you look at premium brand, for example, the Samsung Galaxy S10e is now very close to this one. You can get the Samsung Galaxy S10e with discounts and stuff for about 52 or 53,000. Recently, it fell down to even 49,000. So as you can see, it comes very close to this one. And it's a proper flagship with flagship specs, IP rating. The biggest thing about this one, yes, Google is charging. Biggest thing for me is that this one does not have the IP rating at that price point. And even let's take the example of Apple. Apple had launched the iPhone XR in India at 76,000 rupees. And I said in my review that I really like the iPhone XR. It's a really good iPhone with the best battery life among iPhones that I have tested. But in India at that pricing, it won't sell. And it happened. In fact, after about 4 months, Apple had reduced the price of the iPhone XR in India to about 58 or 59,000, and now it's finally selling very well because it's a very attractive proposition at that price point. So the reason is that I'm not going to blame completely Google about this one. The reason the Pixel devices are so expensive in India is because Google does not manufacture these devices in India, so it's completely imported. And in India, if you import a phone, there are actually pretty heavy import duties plus taxes, and that is why the price of these Pixel devices is actually really high. But again, that's not an excuse. If Google is serious about India, they need to manufacture the phones in India or take a profit hit like others are doing. Samsung is doing that, OnePlus is doing that. All other brands who are actually serious about India and want to get the volumes are actually doing that. Even Apple has realized that. We can see that with the pricing of the iPhone XR. Originally it was at 76,000. Now it's down to about 58 or 59,000. So actually Pixel also, if they are going to be serious in India, they have to really do that. Earlier, I used to always mock about Samsung in the mid-range market, but now with the M series, they're really taking serious the price band of about 10,000 to 20,000, where there is a lot of action in India. India is a very big market, but again, if you can't get the pricing right, you will simply not have the sales. This has already happened with the Google Pixel 3 XL, the regular one. When it was launched in India, it was launched at 83,000 rupees, and I said in my review, the pricing is just bonkers in India. And eventually now they had to drop down the price, and the pricing of the Pixel 3 XL is down to about 62,000. So eventually Google had to actually drop down the price because the sales was simply not there at that price point. And frankly speaking, I would say currently at the price point at which the Pixel 3a and the 3a XL are selling in India, the price point is just too high. And I doubt people who are even, I like the camera on this one. It's a stellar camera. The phone is really good, but digesting that price of about 45,000 for this one is pretty difficult even for me. And I like the phone. Then also it's pretty difficult for me because we do have a lot of options in India at that price point. For example, if we just talk about specs to spec, it's not a fair comparison. I would say in India, it's a very cost conscious market. And at around $200, that's about 14,000 rupees. We get phones like the Realme 3 Pro that comes with the Snapdragon 710 SoC, or the Redmi Note 7 Pro with the Snapdragon 675. Which are technically having better processor than this one. Yeah, but again, it's not a fair comparison because this one has OLED screen, stereo speakers, and that terrific Google camera. But again, coming to the point, the pricing in India has to be really correct if Google really needs sales of these Pixel devices. The phones are really good. I like what they are doing. You get the stock Android experience. The camera is stellar. Yes, it will beat the cameras of even the iPhone 10, 10s Max I have. This is better in camera and even better than the cameras of the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus that I have. But again, I doubt people will pay that much premium for the camera. And if Google is serious about Pixel devices in India, they have to really cut down the pricing. Maybe they have to lower their profit margins for India. And I feel if they can price the Pixel 3a at about 25, 26,000 and the Pixel 3a XL at about 30 to 32,000, then they have a winner. Else at this price point, I hardly see any sales for this Pixel devices, though the devices technically are really correct. And Google can do this because if you recall the Nexus 5, guys, how aggressively it was priced and how well it actually sold in India. So yes, Google can do it, but the question is, will Google rethink its strategy in India or not? Again, a thought to ponder. Anyways, what do you guys think about the same? Yeah, that's it for now, guys, for this video. And if guys are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.